Welcome to Talk Flirty Podcast, the podcast where life is reflected through intimate conversation with me, your host, Nikki F. Wet. You're beautiful, he whispers in my ear. So beautiful. And I feel it. More beautiful than I've ever felt in my life. My hips are raised off the floor, tense and expectant, willing him to go deeper and deeper inside of me. He answers each of my groans, but then teases me, withdrawing his fingers with a stroke and entering again until I'm ready to explode. I reach into his jeans and tug at him, but he keeps whispering, "Not yet. Not yet." He waits until I come, waves of pleasure surging through me, and with his hand still inside me, he turns me over onto all fours, pulling me onto his lap so that I'm kneeling with my back to him. I expect him to take his hand away, but he leaves it in there, slowly stroking me, reaching further and further with his fingertips, whilst his other hand kneads my breast. Kissing my back the whole time, another orgasm shudders through me. I'm still clenching and releasing in pleasure when he takes his hand away. I glance back over my shoulder and see that he's pulled a condom out of his pocket. My mind reels, and how did he know to bring a condom? Did he plan for this to happen? I expect myself to feel outraged, but instead I'm even more turned on. He slips inside of me, controlling my movements with his hands, gripping my waist. It's totally overwhelming, but at the same time, I never wanted to stop. I swivel around and wrap my legs around his back, gripping onto the back of his neck and looking straight into his beautiful eyes. He groans and speeds up, pushing me back onto my elbows so that he leans forward and kisses my breast. When I see that he's about to orgasm, I feel so aroused, so full of desire that I climax again, clutching him closer as we shiver against each other. We lie back on the carpet and he rests his head on my stomach, slowly stroking my legs. There's so much to say, but we're both too exhausted to speak, and I wouldn't know where to begin. After 15 minutes of just laying there, he props his head on one elbow and stares at me, his eyes twinkling with a smile. I can't believe this is happening, I laugh. And cut. Welcome back to another episode of Talk Flirty Podcast. I hope you enjoyed that quick excerpt of A Fresh Start by Alicia Fox. It poses the question, the best way to get over an awful ex, and it answers by suggesting that you should hook up with someone that you've wanted for years. So this episode we are talking about relationships, celebrity relationships, because I was going to do just a quick episode. Today is Wednesday, and I think I'm going to go ahead and Talk Flirty Podcast will be posted every Wednesday going forward. And so I wanted to just drop a quick little episode for today, which is Wednesday, December 5th, 2018. And celebrity relationships, what's trending in the news right now. I'm going to start with I'm going to start with the baby couple because I came across an article that Keke Palmer is dating um a man, which I fucking thought she was gay, but I'm not going to say anything about that because I am a Keke Palmer fan. I love her. I feel I we've watched her grow up in fucking, the public eye. So she started with her breakout role. I think it was like her breakout role, that's what you call it, with Aquila and the Bee. And from there, she's just a super talented um, actress, singer, dancer. And I truly don't think she gets all of the credit and recognition and props that she deserves. She's amazing. I truly believe that she is an amazing talent and person. But she is dating some light skinned nigga with beautiful hair. Like his hair looks better than him. I'm serious. His hair is gorgeous. In fact, I think I might mosey on over to snoblife.com and pick me up a new wig because his hair is just beautiful. I don't care what he looks like. Um in the face, he's just another skinny, light-skinned person. But his hair is handsome. His hair is very sexy. It's very becoming. I don't know. It's beautiful. Um so that's the baby relationship. Um Also Nicki Minaj, which I am a fan. I definitely stand for Nicki Minaj. I can't hide it. I can't deny it. I'm a Nicki Minaj fan. In fact, for my recent birthday, the theme was Nicki Minaj, and I did a copycat version of one of her outfits, and that was a fun night. I went to a Big Sean concert, and I wore a bodysuit and a fur jacket. And that's it. A bodysuit and a fur jacket. But it was a copycat of an outfit that Nicki Minaj had. Oh, there was a belt. There was an embellished belt. So don't forget that. I oftentimes go out in bodysuits because it is Las Vegas. But anyways, back to Nicki Minaj's relationship. Nicki Minaj is in a relationship with um is rumored to be in a relationship with a convicted sex offender, a street thug, a a real ass nigga who has 5 kids, and there has already been scandal, and it has been alleged that he is using her for fame, which I hope is not the case. One, I never want to I never want another woman to go through being used and manipulated by a man. So, just from the outside, reading these articles and peeking in, I hope that is not the case. But has come forward addressing those alleged rumors. The person who she is dating goes by the name of, I believe, Zubang. Um, I think his name is Keith. Keith, quotation mark, Zoo, quotation mark, Petty. Um, he's a convicted sex offender, and I'm going to come up with my own theory on how he became a sex offender. A sex offender, because if he is a real ass nigga, um, they tend to often sleep with lots of women, and some of those women are young girls. Not sure what their background is or how their life went, but there are some young girls that run in certain circles with certain people, and they end up having sexual relations with of age people. So I'd have to do more research as far as what that convicted sexual that sex offender title actually is, but I don't think it's an uncommon thing. Before he met Nikki, he was a top level street nigga, an OG. But now he is a completely legitimate businessman on his way to becoming a top level music executive. Nikki and Zubir, just kidding. Nikki and Zubang, they've been dating for a few months now, and they've begun to make their, I guess, like status quo. They're beginning to make their media rounds, and Nikki is up for a lot. Nikki is always up to a lot of shenanigans and promo, and they are working on different music projects together. So I'm not sure what these rumors actually mean. And the video that is posted online of them together in a restaurant does seem a little bit clout chasey, but it was someone else that was recording the video. So you know how third wheels are. But anyways, the ultimate, so that was baby, that was medium, and then we have large celebrity relationship news. And that is Cardi B and Offset. Offset, of course, has been involved in multiple cheating scandals throughout the relationship that he has had with Cardi B. One being with the model who was claimed an Instagram model who claimed he was the father of her made up baby. A baby who was actually, it belonged to her friend, and she just decided she wanted to get a little bit of clout, a little viral sensation cracking. And she posted fake text messages and fake as fucking fake DNA results, fake videos of her and a child that did not belong to her. But those rumors surpassed, and Cardi B and Offset continued to truck on. Most recently, they are in the news because Cardi B announced that they are going to be getting a divorce. I honestly feel that this relationship, okay, this is just my opinion. So, every so often we get a relationship, a rap couple, a music couple, so to speak, that is the new it couple, the new hot couple. So I feel like this was, of course, a calculated plan. Offset and Cardi B somehow became entwined, and the powers that be, record execs, fucking, I don't know, whoever is on their team, pitched this plan of a relationship, a marriage, and guess what? Here comes the baby in the baby carriage. So while Cardi B and Offset are KISSING in a tree, regular people like myself are just eating up this publicity. We are paying attention. We are flooding them with revenue, just, increasing their star status. So that's why I believe this was a calculated plan as far as the relationship and however that goes. Now we're at a point where Cardi B has announced that they are getting a divorce. And I watched the video of her announcing that, and I feel truly that she is hurt. I mean, as a woman, I can understand dealing with a person who is a habitual cheater, dealing with someone who has a certain status, and you kind of have to decide if you're going to allow certain things to fly. And so I really do truly believe that even though it may have been arranged or at least forced to the public as something that is profitable for the it rapper and the it female artist, we're now at a point where Cardi B has announced that they are getting divorced. I was silent because I was staring blankly at my wall because don't nobody give a fuck. Don't nobody care. He's a cheater. They're a celebrity couple. They're regular ass people. And a lot of marriages fail in the United States of America. So it is what it is. There apparently was no prenuptial agreement. And according to New York state law, Um, any finance, Cardi B built her brand mostly while she was in a relationship with Offset. Um, so he may be entitled to half of Cardi B's brand, and essentially he can get a large payout um, for as long as Cardi B is hot or is raking in any type of residuals. Um, but I guess ultimately, because they were involved in a lot of like cheating scandals, that's pretty much the biggest part of this whole situation, because it's it's truly heartbreaking. I don't know, I'm not even going to speculate. I don't know what Cardi B participated in, what she did not participate in the dynamics of their relationship, their marriage, but they have this child together. From personal experience, um, I knew specifically. They always tell you, be careful who you have children with, and so I have been very leery of who I may or may not procreate with. And so to this day, I am still childless. And it's because I knew for certain that I didn't want to co parent or have the children of any person that I was dealing with. But Cardi B and Offset have already crossed that bridge. Um, Also, with the dynamic of their relationship, I wonder if um the child was just something that happened, or if Lil Culture was like, or maybe, because Offset does have a lot of children. He has quite a few baby moms. Um, so maybe this is just what would have come next, in dealing with Offset. But um, I don't know. Maybe you're dealt a certain set of cards and you just roll with the punches. Like if you were to ask me a while, if you were to ask me when I was growing up what I wanted to be, I would have told you without hesitation I wanted to be a single mom. The dynamic of what I was thinking for my future, I was going to be a lawyer and I was going to be a single mom. Single mom. Um, the dynamic would have just been career and child. Who knows? There could have been like okay co-parenting or whatever. But ultimately, if I were to close my eyes and imagine what I wanted to be when I grew up, I would have been the female Johnny Cochran, and I would have had just one son, and I would have lived in a nice, I would live in a nice condo, and it would have just been me and my son. Now, again, going back to the fact that I do really believe that Cardi is hurt over the situation, because no matter, I don't really think it gets to a point where the dynamic doesn't matter, like what type of relationship you have, if it's more business oriented, or if you truly have feelings for this person. If someone betrays your trust and the relationship that you do have by constantly being unfaithful, then it 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 does wear you down. And so I'm not here to have any negative feelings or opinions of Cardi B and her ending relationship with Offset. They're celebrities, they're public figures, so of course people are going to talk about it. And this is just my opinion about it. Um, I don't believe it has anything to do with um, who Cardi B was before she began her rap career or the status that she's on right now. I feel the blame rests solely on Offset, like 100%. And I hope that I hope that Cardi gets to keep as much of her coins as possible, because I truly would be pissed off if this nigga is cheating on me and I gotta pay him. Um, Kind of like like Mary J. Blige and Kendu, um, and her having to pay for his entire fucking family. But again, I wish Cardi B the best, and I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what her daughter looks like, because she hasn't showed her, which I completely respect, because the world is completely cutthroat, and for her child's safety, I understand why she has not revealed her to the world. And again, I just wish for the best for her as far as her bank account goes, and the best for the baby culture, which should not be wanting for anything. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the excerpt that was at the beginning of the show. In fact, if you would like to submit your own um, quick little, I don't know, if you want to submit your own erotic fiction, you can email that to talk40podcast@gmail.com. As always, don't forget to follow, subscribe, follow here on Spreaker, any other platform, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. The list goes on and on. You can find Talk 40 Podcast wherever you decide to look. You can also call in to Talk 40 Podcast. The phone number is 916-262-4857. Talk or text. And if you would like to be a guest, definitely ring that line and we can schedule you to be a special guest on Talk 40 Podcast. But until then, please definitely go ahead and share, subscribe, follow on all social media platforms. You can find Talk 40 Podcast. And until next episode. Peace out.